dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours ago. When you locate Captain Keyes, radio in, and I'll come pick you up.
Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of my Halo CE playthrough series. In this episode we're playing through level 6 of the game, which is 343 Guilty Spark. This level is kind of unique in that it's kind of a marshy swamp type level, as you can see from the rain and the trees and everything. But the first thing you may have noticed is that instead of getting off the Pelican at the beginning, I ended up over here. So this is one of the things I've been doing in the series. If this is your first video, I wanted to point out, as I'm playing through it, aside from giving live commentary, I wanted to point out tips and tricks, shortcuts, and Easter eggs. So this is kind of a shortcut slash Easter egg in the game. And basically, as you saw, if you start spamming the grenade button right when the Pelican's landing, then you'll sit there and throw grenades, but the game will never force you off of the Pelican. And so you can ride it back to this area, which it just kind of lands off of the map where you don't see it normally. So because of this, we can get on top of this kind of surrounding barrier area of the actual playable part of the map and walk around. And if we come around here, one kind of cool little Easter egg is that there is a guy just kind of standing out in the middle of the map over here. So we'll go see if we can find him and check him out. But yeah, this level here is pretty cool, in that this is something happens in this mission that is a pretty big story moment, pivotal moment, if you will, in the game story. Takes the game in a pretty different direction. So that's where we actually can, that's where we could, if we wanted to shortcut the mission and just go bypass all the enemies and just go straight to the part where you know, the kind of the next area, that's where you could just kind of drop down. But basically the level is just like almost like a big bowl. It's got these outer walls, and then the middle area that you play in, and it kind of forces you towards one direction. It's open, you know, like most of the Halo levels. It's open, but it's linear at the same time. Like, you do need to, you know, now there are some, like in Halo, where you can, the level Halo, where you can kind of rescue the Marines in whatever order you want, but most of the time you are forced to carry out a specific objective in a specific order. And we just gotta kind of walk around. I don't really remember where the guy is. It's been a while, so I'm just gonna walk around until we find him. He's standing out here on his own somewhere. But like I mentioned in previous videos, this is one of the things that I love about Halo Combat Evolved, is that the game doesn't punish you for finding ways out of the play zone and exploring. Oh, there he is. So this is what I was talking about. We just got this guy just standing out here in the middle of the thing, just chilling. Now I've done this before, but that was back in the early 2000s when I was still playing the game all the time before Halo 2 came out, or maybe sometime between Halo 2 and Halo 1. So, and I remember finding this guy, but I recently watched a video just kind of because back in the day I was obsessed with this game, and I would sit there and spend all day on, well, not all day, but my free time when I wasn't at work, on the internet, at fan sites like halo.bungie.org, looking at fan art and stuff like that, and all the websites like Rampancy and Planet Halo and all that stuff. And I would sit there and try to, find all the Easter eggs and shortcuts and stuff like that. So, I've found all the Easter eggs, at different points in the game. But, doing the series, I wanted to kind of do a refresher. So I went on YouTube and watched a video that claimed it was the top 10 Easter eggs. Some of the things it had, I didn't. It was a good video. I'm not trying to crap on the video, but one of the things, a lot of the stuff, pretty much all the Easter eggs that it showed, the gameplay was inside of Master Chief Collection. And so one of the things when it got to this Easter egg on this guy, one of the things it said was that if you stare at this guy long enough, his eyeball would start jutting out of his top of his head. But as you can see, it's not doing that here. So it's making me wonder, because another thing that I've been bringing up in this series is the differences between Halo CE Anniversary, which is the version that is in the Master Chief Collection, which is based on the 2003 Gearbox Software port of this game to PC, where there were some coding errors and some stuff was left out, stuff that affected the graphics. Even supposedly Jason Jones, the founder of Bungie, famously made a last-minute edit of the code for the pistol in multiplayer, which made the range and the accuracy much better in multiplayer than it is in campaign. And so supposedly I've watched videos that claim that pro Halo players say that the PC/anniversary/Master Chief Collection version of Halo CE doesn't feature that last minute patch, and therefore the pistol in those versions of the game is not as good as it is in multiplayer in this version. So to get to the point, that kind of leads me to believe, since I have yet to see this guy's eyeball jut out of his head in a weird glitchy way like they pointed out, kind of makes me wonder if it's another weird kind of glitch that is only in the Master Chief Collection but not in this original version. So anyway, let's get on to the regular game, and we'll go ahead and put this guy out of his misery. We don't want to leave him out here. Sorry, buddy. So we'll just find a good spot to kind of slide down. Honestly, don't remember where the starting point. I know there was. So there's. Okay, I think it's around here, because I remember that tuning fork Covenant dropship over there. So I think there's a down Pelican that's right by the starting area where you get off of the Pelican. So we'll just kind of walk around and look for that. And then once we find it, we can go ahead and jump into the mission. Oh. Although, like I said, you could, with this this little trick here, you could just follow this all the way around to the beginning of the next area, where you exit this outside area, and skip all this and just go straight to there if you wanted to. So, but we're not going to do that. I wanted to make sure I showed, you know, everything in the game when I was playing through it. So we'll see if we can find the. Oh well. May have to go around here. It's weird how the geometry still is all, you know, kind of different heights and shapes and whatnot, even though, you know, you're not actually playing up in this area. Hopefully I don't waste too much time trying to get back to where the mission start is. Oh, no, that's not the right way. Oh, this is not going well. Okay, I think it is back around. So we'll go back where we were, and go from there. We'll just go around because the tuning fork dropship is pretty close to the beginning. So we'll just get back to there and then drop down. Of course, the downside is I used up all my grenades, so, so I have to wait and get grenades from downed enemies. I always enjoyed this level just because it has such a different aesthetic and feel to the rest of the Halo CE levels. I hear something. It's odd. No? I thought maybe if I came around, guess we'll just go ahead and drop down right over here, and then I'll just backtrack and find what I was talking about with the pelican. So I think it's over here. Yeah, there it is. I guess. But yeah, so this is kind of where you drop in. I was trying to let you hear what the radio said, but basically it's just one of those things that kind of lends, you know, adds to the spookiness of this level.
We are under attack by some new kind of hostage. This is Covenant. Captain Keyes has been captured by hostiles. Dug in at a large structure in a swamp. Can hold out.
So you kind of hear what he said, but there's clearly something unusual going on here. So we'll make our way back around to the level. But the fact that you see, you know, not only downed human pelicans, but also downed Covenant ship, you know, let you know that there's something going on. I will say, I'm always, you know, kind of talking about how great of a weapon the plasma pistol in this game is. And I mean, all the guns in Halo CE, you know, even though it's a really small arsenal, they all feel like they have their own purpose. And I've talked about this in previous videos, you know, but each one feels powerful and unique, and like it has a purpose in this game. And that's something that was changed when dual wielding was introduced later in the game. But I saw online where somebody had said that I had made a comment on social media about, you know, the plasma pistol and Halo CE being so much better than other versions. And somebody had made the comment that the Halo 5 plasma pistol was just as good, if not better. And I haven't played, you know, just to be perfectly honest, I hadn't played Halo 5 since it first came out before that. And so I decided to go back and give it a try just to test out that plasma pistol. And I'm not really sure what that person was talking about when they said it was better, but the reason it's so good is because of how fast you can shoot the individual shots in this game. The other games you can't do that. Even the Master Chief Collection, when playing it with a controller on Xbox One, I noticed that my son was playing it, and I wasn't able to shoot it. And I guess it has to do with the stiffness of the triggers. You know, because if anyone who hasn't ever played the original Xbox with the original Xbox Duke controller, the big controller, the triggers, the tension on the triggers is pretty high, and they're really I don't want to say springy, but because of the tension being high, then, you know, obviously they spring back pretty hard. And so because of that, you can kind of find the sweet spot whenever you're pulling the trigger to shoot them, and you can shoot them really fast. And so I was thinking, when this person said to me that the Halo 5 version was just as good, I was thinking that they were meaning that you would be able to do that. But unfortunately, I booted up the game and tried it for myself, and that was not the case. So this is the structure that the Marine and the radio transmission was talking about that they were held up in. So we're going to take this elevator on in. Now if the picture quality, or not necessarily quality, but like if the picture looks a little different, it's because I noticed it in the previous videos on the darker levels. It was pretty dark, so I decided to crank the brightness up a little bit, and we'll see how it turns out. But I may tweak it, a little bit. But I want to make sure, especially on these darker levels, that you can see what's going on. Oh. Oh. Watch out. It's funny, I've said it before and I'll keep saying it, but I really wish that the 343 would find a way to either port this original version in all its original glory. Don't try to add new graphics or skins or medals or icons or any of that stuff. Just take this game, port it to either PC or one of the new systems, and add the ability for true widescreen, higher resolutions and higher frame rates. Because, being able to play this game at a rock solid 60 FPS, or even a rock solid 30, because the frame rate does dip, whenever you get into situations where there's a lot of enemies. So even a solid 30 would be cool. But whenever I was watching, although I will say that there are things that kind of lend to the mystique of the game, that are a direct reflection of the fact that it's run on these older video signals and stuff like that. So an example of that would be, I was watching my son play it on PC, and he was playing at 1440p at really high frame rates. He has a really nice gaming computer, and it looked amazing. But one of the things I noticed is that when playing this version, the invisibility in this game it's almost undetectable. Like, it's so hard to see like invisible elites. And whenever I was watching him play, you could see him clearly. The effect from the invisibility was so clear that it wasn't hard to see him at all. So I thought that was interesting. So I went ahead and jumped down, but you have to jump down there because there's no way. There's supposed to be a light bridge, but the controls are damaged, so it doesn't work. So basically, the way when you're in this level, just like how assaults on the control room, had the arrows flashing on the floor to let you know which way to go. This level has lots of doors and doorways and stuff like that. So in this level, the way you know where you need to go is if the doors have red or green lights on them. Which, you know, that's pretty about as obvious as you can get, but you know, I think you might, yeah, you actually can turn it on here. Oh, this is where I came in. Duh. For some reason, I thought it was usually whenever. Oh, okay, that's right. There's no controls on this side, but you can jump up over there. But as you can see, that door is closed, so we can't go through there yet. You know. So we'll go ahead and jump down and move on to the next area. So you get kind of, as you play through this mission, you kind of get little hints that there's something weird going on, like this kind of green slime falling. So if you're new to Halo, or new to the series, or never played Halo CE or whatever, and you may not know, you know, what kind of the big twist is, then I won't spoil it for you. We'll work our way there. But again, you know, here we are with Covenant blood all over the walls and dead Covenant bodies that we didn't kill. You know, and so, like I said, clearly something going on. Another room. I will make note of this. I remember back when this first came out, playing through it, first time I saw that, I didn't know what those purple things were, and I realized that they are ammo crystals for the Needler, and it's so rare that you actually see them in that form in the game, because normally you get the Needler off of the Grunts, but there's not just like, whereas there's ammo for other stuff just laying around, it's rare to see these ammo crystals for the Needler laying around. You see, we can pick them up. So we'll go ahead and jump over here to the next door. So this part's kind of cool.
Stay back! Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Ah! Ah! Don't touch me, you freaks! I won't be like you. I'll die first! Find your own hiding place. The monsters are everywhere. Play dead. That's what I did. Play dead. They took the live ones. Oh God, I can still hear them. Monsters.
So this guy's obviously traumatized by something, and if we get close to him, he'll start shooting at us. So we'll go ahead and put him out of his misery, like the other guy. Sorry, buddy. So again, something major went down in here. Things on fire, blood everywhere. Things damaged. I always like that too, how some of the floors are glass. You can kind of just see through them. Door's been blown off right there. Warp around here. So we'll go ahead and pick up an assault rifle.
Why do we always have to listen to this old stuff, Sarge?
Watch your mouth, son. This stuff is your history. It should remind you, grunts, what we're fighting to protect.
Hey, if the Covenant want to wipe out this particular part of my history, that's fine by me.
Yeah, better it than us.
You ask them real nice next time you see them, Vicente. I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige.
LZ looks clear. I'm bringing us down.
Go, go, go! Stay close, Jenkins. Mendoza, move it up! Wait here for the captain and his squad, then get your ass.
Sir!
Okay, let's move!
Which is weird, right? I mean, look at it. Something scrambled the insides.
What's that? Plasma scoring?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an accident, you know, friendly fire or something?
What do we have, Sergeant?
Looks like a Covenant patrol. Badass elite units. All KIA.
Real pretty. Friend of yours?
Nah, we just met.
Right, well, let's get this door open.
I'll try, sir. But it looks like these Covenant worked pretty hard to lock it down.
Just do it, son.
Yes, sir. Got a bad feeling about this.
Boy, you always got a bad feeling about
Captain,
something.
Sarge, can you hear me? He's got contact! Lots of them! But they're not Covenant! They're just staring through us! What the... Oh, no!
Corporal, do you copy? Over. Mendoza, get your ass back up to second squad's position and find out what the hell is going on. But I don't have time for your lip, soldier. I gave you an order.
Sarge! Listen!
What is that?
Where's that coming from, Mendoza?
I don't... There! Mira!
Hold still! Hold still! Let him have it! Ah! We're surrounded. God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapon!
There are too many,
Don't
Sarge!
even think about it, Marine.
What is it, loco?
So if you just stumbled across these videos and you have no idea what Halo is or what the story is about, welcome to the plot. This is basically what the entire game is about, what the Halo ring worlds were built for. Is the creatures that we're about to be fighting. These are what they call the infection forms of the Flood. They're the ones who, as the name implies, infect. And you see, human weapons work the best. I've been talking throughout this series about how Halo is so situational. You know, every weapon kind of has a purpose. Plasma weapons work really well against the Covenant, but human weapons, you know, kind of the blunt brute force of actual metal projectiles, works best against the Flood. And so you'll get like these large groups of the infection forms. And you'll notice that when you shoot them, they kind of pop. And when they're close to other ones, they'll cause them to pop too. So you can kind of get this chain reaction going. So that music means that the big guys are coming. So it's a lot of just, especially when you have a lot of those infection forms around, you know, they can kind of overwhelm you. So you want to make sure that you take out them. But like the pistol works really well against the big guys. It's less effective against the infection forms, but it's pretty effective against the combat forms, which is what they call these big guys. And as you can tell by the feet, the hooved feet, or split hoof, I should say, these guys are reanimated Covenant elites, and that's what the Flood does. Is they'll attack and kill and then reanimate the things that they killed. So you can, if you shoot their arms off and then they get back up, because a lot of times you'll kill them, but they'll get back up and keep coming after you. But if you shoot their arms off, they can't attack you anymore. So it's almost like if you ever played Call of Duty Zombies, you know, you'll leave a crawler, you know, so you can go do Easter eggs or whatever around the map. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, there's no real point to do it in this game, but you know, you can. And they can jump really high. As you can see. They'll jump smooth up here. So we can't go that way. Both of those doors kind of lead to the same place. So we'll take the higher one. Oh. Did he hit me through the wall? I think he did. Yeah, see, that guy ain't got no arms. So we'll move on to the next area. Oh, he does. Shoot his arm out. So the key to fighting the flood is keeping distance with them, because they come at you, you know, like a flood. And so if you can keep your distance, you know, because they don't have AI. Oh, I mean they do, but they don't have. They're not smart because they're just reanimated corpses. You know, they're almost like zombies. So they're not smart like the Covenant are. You know, they're not trying to duck and dodge all your shots and stuff like that. So a lot of times, if you just run from them and then you get them all chasing you, you just turn around, you can just kind of take them all out at one time. Oh, we must have to drop down. Gotta be careful in these once you get to this point where the flood are unveiled, when you go into these little square rooms here, because they'll come out of these side doors and attack you. And you can take some of the infection forms attacking you like that. And I will say one cool thing about that is I mentioned in another video that there was a book written. Oh, there's a guy in there. He's on the other side of the door. That's funny. But I did mention in another video that there's a book written after the game came out called The Flood that's based on this game. And, you know, it gives some cool little insights into, you know, kind of the nuances, the finer details of the game and the story and stuff like that. And, one of the things it talks about is when the chief first encounters a flood, the first time an infection form jumps on him, rather than, you know, do damage and infect him like it normally would, Cortana is able to overcharge his shields to basically destroy the infection form. Now, I don't believe that is in this level, so I guess, you know, canonically he just manages to kill them all and avoid them before any of them actually make contact with him. But I think it's later, and the reason I say that is because, you know, if you remember at the end of Assault on the Control Room, the last level, the chief leaves Cortana in the computer system. So this is one of the first times that in the game where you don't have Cortana with you, which kind of adds to the spookiness of this level. You know, you already got, you know, big empty level with, you know, especially when you're making it to that room where the flood are unveiled, you know, but you also don't have Cortana talking to you, kind of keeping you company. Not sure where that is. I think that's where we come in. But I also think you can go this way, maybe? Or is that where we came out? Oh, yeah. Well. That's interesting. Another fun tidbit is if you play this level on any of the lower difficulties, when you get to this area, there will be a shotgun waiting for you, which is the ideal weapon for killing the flood. It's so effective against them. And also, when they are wielding it, it's very effective against you. But, I guess because of being legendary, they do not put one there. I don't know what I was shooting at right there. So, I'm gonna go back. Just because I think what happens is when you go back to the elevator that you originally showed up on, I think that it doesn't work. It's broken or something like that. So we're gonna go back and take a look, because that elevator we were just at is definitely the way we're supposed to go. So we're gonna go back over here, because this is where we originally come into this structure from that elevator that we take down when we first come in from outside. So let's go see what the deal is here. Let's try to shoot his arm off. Oh, you know what? I remember what happens. Yeah. That's when you realize you can't go out the way you came. Or at least not from that elevator. So now we gotta go back. So we'll take the elevator. And you got the blood, the Covenant blood all over the walls. And now we get to the part where all the flood we've been encountering have just been trying to melee attack us. Now they have weapons. And the flood can be really deadly, especially with the human weapons. Oh my god. If they, like with shotguns, because it's hard to tell what weapon they're holding when there's a bunch of them running at you. And so you'll see a bunch of them come and then hear that shotgun go off and bam, you're dead. There's a overshield up here. Go ahead and get that. Oh yeah, I forgot there's invisibility. Marines down there. Oh. I think one of those combat forms had a shotgun. Yeah, he does. So we'll kill him. Get his shotgun. Go ahead and pick up this invisibility too. And obviously we can't go across that bridge because it's broken. There we go. So this is the primo Floyd killing machine right here. The human shotgun. Probably, I think it's the best shotgun in any Halo game. Most powerful for sure. But I also just enjoy the look of it. You know, they kind of over-designed, I feel like, a lot of the Halo weapons. You know, and I'm sure they felt they had to, you know, but to make them look different, you know, for people that wanted a new game or whatever. But I always loved the simplicity of the weapons, especially the Covenant weapons in this game. Because the Covenant weapons really have that alien look to them in this one game. Trying to see where he went. But it's like the human weapons had that familiar, but you know, not exactly modern look to them. You know, the pistol with that big bulge at the end. The shotgun looked pretty, you know, normal, pretty straightforward. And then obviously the assault rifle is always so iconic, and the way that it looks. But the Covenant weapons, you know, that just kind of that sleek, you know, smooth look that they had, I always thought that was really cool, alien looking. Then they started adding, you know, lots of lines and displays and stuff on them, and I thought they kind of lost some of that. See where we are. Yeah, we just gotta go straight across right here. And of course the melee animations for all the weapons and the reload animations. I think that was one of the things that made this game feel so cool, was so many of the animations seemed just really cool, you know. And I know it from, you know, VDOCs or Vidocs or whatever you call them. And later they, you know, I guess they cut down on all the lengthy animations because they wanted to, you know, do better as far as, you know, reload times and stuff like that. So I think we have to drop down. Yeah, we have to drop down here. Like, one thing I pointed out in one of the other videos is like the 3-stage animation of the plasma rifle when it overheats. So in this game, when it overheats, if you'll watch, 1, 2, 3. See, it has 3 animations for whenever the little flanges on the side that are venting the gun close. But this is the only game that has that. The rest of them are like 1 or 2 stage animations. So I kind of missed that. I wish they would like kind of go back into that, you know, longer animation, longer, cooler animation for Halo. Let's see. I hear him. Looks like we can go through there too. It's kind of crazy. I can hear. Yeah. See, there's some above me. Where did I end up? Oh, I guess I thought that there I thought this went to another room, but I guess it's just those little corridor rooms. Okay, so we'll just come up here then. Oh. Yeah, this room has that little platform over there with all the blood on it, so there's lots of shotgun ammo and health. So I'll just kind of walk around to take these guys out. First. Oh. Got it. Some more of those ammo packs for the needler. You know, it's entirely possible that I said earlier that was the first time I've seen them, and I distinctly remember thinking that, but they could show up in other parts of the game that I just don't remember. Alright, we're getting close now. Yeah, they just kind of spill through that door right there. I don't know if they killed him or not. I hear him moving around. Oh yeah, there he is. Alright. So I think this is the last elevator and then we're on our way out.
This is Echo 419. Chief, is that you? I lost your signal when you disappeared inside the structure. What's going on down there?
What's going on down
movement
there?
all over the place.
Look, there he is. Sir, thank God you're here. We've been lost out here for hours. After we lost contact with the rest of the mission, we headed for the RV point, and then these things, they ambushed us. We got to get out of here.
Alright.
There's a large tower a few hundred meters from your current position. Find a way above the fog and foliage canopy, and I can move in and pick you up.
So we're gonna move towards the structure that Fohammer's talking about. And Flood are gonna start coming out, attacking us. So we just gotta kinda keep your distance from them. Like I said before, the thing about the Flood is, you know, just keep away from them. Play and keep away. But this is pretty much going to be the end of the mission. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh. Yeah, you got to be careful. They will definitely kind of sneak up on you. I'm gonna go back and get some health. I should have just went on, and that's the thing on this part. You want to just push straight to the back, you know, because if you kind of hang out, then you'll get overwhelmed. Oh, I'm almost out of pistol ammo. Alright. Come on, Marines. So, we're getting close because we see those lights. There's the structure. So we just have to kind of hold off against these guys. Like I said, this is pretty much the end of the mission, so I'll let it play out. But if you enjoyed it, toss me a like. I appreciate it. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. But other than that, see you next time. Whenever we do episode 7, the library, which is kind of a controversial mission, if you will.
Greetings. I am the monitor of Installation 04. I am 343 Guilty Spark. Someone has released the flood. My function is to prevent it from leaving this installation, but I require your assistance. Come, this way.